Alright, let's have a look at the pyramid breakdown for week 2 then of the ICBBL Season 6, where my stumblers of course are playing in the Silver League. This breakdown is going to be a little bit different because I have been asking for people to give me details about the game like the steel one before this. Well, I started doing that, and then it took way too long with the highlights, so even though a few of these games do have highlights, I am going to remove the highlight idea completely. So don't bother giving me highlights. When you are giving me the rundowns of your team, of your match, sorry, just tell me what happened basically, and tell me who leveled, because that helps me a lot. I don't have to guess that way. That would be great. Anyway, so we're going to look at the pyramid for Season 6 of the ICBBL Week 2, and that the pyramid is the Bronze League, Division A and B, the Silver League, and the Gold League. That's a lot of games to look at. Starting with Bronze Division A. Before we do that though, all coaches in the ICBBL, please at the end of your match next week, can you please give me a quick rundown of the game you played? Did you feel good about it? Was there anything interesting that happened? And who leveled up? If you can tell me all that, then it makes this job a lot easier. Thank you very much. Let's have a look at the first game then. The first game was Draven and his Nordic Blizzard against Yellow Barons and his Dark Side of the Elf, Dark Elves against Norse. This was a win by admin. I've actually just done it, so I don't think the guys have had a chance to look at their teams yet and do any level ups, but let's see what happened based on the admin win. The admin win is always the same: 1 touchdown and an MVP for the losing side, and 2 touchdowns and MVP for the winning side. So I don't need to look at SPP, I think that's pretty clear. It's gone to 2 different people here, and it's gone to 3 different people here. Right, having a look at the team then. On the Norse team, we have Gustav, who has leveled up, the lineman. We're going to find out next week what he gets, because Draven hasn't had a chance to check his team yet, which is fair enough. And on the Dark Elf side, Dark Side of the Elf for that matter, lineman Martial has also leveled up, but Yellow's Barons hasn't had a chance to look at his team yet, so we'll find out what happened there next week. To be continued. Anyway, that's the first game. Alright then, having a look at the second game in Bronze Division B, we've got Undo versus Undo, aka Blashreek, against Ela, aka Markja, number. I don't remember the numbers, sorry Markja. Or sorry Ela, however you want to look at it. I do have a quick breakdown, so let's have a look at it. So we've got Undo, Autumn Wind, Gila, Beer Cups 1-1. First half was pretty much a mosh pit in midfield. Highlight of the game came from this mess though. Turn 8, Assassin made his first Orc kill. Yeah, even without using his famous blades. Dead. Oh no, the Apo saved it. And to be fair, Ela's last turn touchdown was good as well. You might want to get a look at it. They're probably the 2, if not 1 or 3, I don't know how many highlights I do. I actually record this before I do the highlights for some reason, even though I put the highlights first. It just makes it easier on me for some reason. So let's have a look then. Ela's Orcs, we've got 1 touchdown, 10 armor breaks, and of course the MVP on the Black Orc that has actually leveled. He's got his 2nd level, already with Mighty Blow. And Undo's Autumn Wind has 1 touchdown, 1 death. He didn't mention that part, and 9 armor breaks, and the Blitzer also leveled, so we've got 2 levels automatically from the MVPs. And let's have a look at SPP. 7, 10, 12, and 12. 12 and 12. Alright then, let's have a look at the teams. So, starting with the Orcs, where is that Black Orc? This was the one, wasn't he? Yeah, so he's been given Block as well as Mighty Blow. Fair enough. And I don't think I can see anything else that's new. He only has 2 blitzers. 3 blitzers, sorry. He only has 3 blitzers. Interesting. Well, we have a thrower that's out anyway. How bad is it? It looks like it's a minus agility. It is, yes. He's lost the minus agility last match. It depends what he does with a thrower, basically. If he actually uses it as a throw piece, then that's dead, basically. If he doesn't use it as a throw piece, then fine. I'm not sure this thrower had kick before, actually, so that might be a level up there. But either will have to confirm or deny that charge. So down to 13 players for next match, which doesn't really affect him too badly. He's already got the throwers of the reserve thrower anyway, it looks like, so no big deal. And looking at Autumn Wind. So we had Dodgy Derek, who's rolled doubles and be given Mighty Blow. That's pretty big. And this piece I think already had dodge sidestep. And I don't think there's anything new here. Reaping Rob definitely got something. I don't know if he got 2 or 3. He may have been given dodge here actually. And then I think there's nothing else new. So, is there anywhere where 5 could have affected it? Well, it's possible this Blitzer was the one that... No, it's not possible. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So we've just got the Mighty Blow that's been given to Dodgy Derek and potentially dodge to Reaping Rob. I just cannot remember whether he had that or not. Guys, you need to tell me where your level ups are as well. It helps me a lot when you're giving these rundowns. Please do tell me where the level ups are so I don't have to keep guessing. Anyway, that's it for game number... what were we on? Game number 2, I think. So, thank you guys. And game number 3, which was also a victory by admin, and I've also just done this one, so they haven't had a chance to look yet. We have 20% Crueler, the Chaos Dwarfs led by James Typhoon, winning 2-0, 2 touchdowns. A Hobgoblin got man of the match and didn't get any level up from it. And Nuffles Truffles, they're not Chaos, sorry, they're not, yeah, sorry, they are Chaos. They're not Noble, sorry, they're Chaos. I was wrong when I did the breakdown of the teams. 1 touchdown, and the man of the match Beastman did actually level up. So he got the full 8. So he's gone from 0 to 8. That was a lucky one. So of course 8 and 11, because that's how winning by admin works. Let's have a look at the teams then. We've got this one beast that's leveled up. We'll find out what happened to him next week. And on James Typhoon's team there was a level up at least as well. There may have been a couple. There was just the one, and it was a Bull Centaur. That's nice. We'll see what he's given next week as well. James, you've actually gone break tackle on the Bull Centaur too. You'll make our boss, Lucas Caller, very happy. Alright, that's it for Game 3. Alright, having a look at the last game in Division A for the Bronze League then. So we have Skaven versus Chaos Dwarves. They were around, sorry, Chaos Dwarves are at home. Chaos Dwarves versus Skaven. Usually a bad matchup for Skaven, but Skaven have managed to come away with it. The Fists and Horns. I forget the coach. Oops. Big oops. Sorry. Yeah, BV, this way, because you have all these letters, it's hard to remember. BVBE, BV I really haven't played this guy, so it's difficult to remember who he is, actually. Anyway, the Skaven managed to come away with this, and the Skaven are coached by Smocko. Even though Chaos Dwarfs is a bad matchup for Skaven, Smocko is a bad matchup for anybody. So, no surprise really that Smocko did manage to come away with the game. And we got 1 touchdown, 8 armor breaks, and MVP on a Hobgoblin for the Chaos Dwarfs. And for the Skaven we got 2 touchdowns, 1 death, that's big, and 8 armor breaks for Smocko. I haven't heard anything about this game, so I can't go into details about it. We've got 10 on the side of the Chaos Dwarfs, and we've got 13 on the side of the Skaven. Let's have a look at the teams then. So, the Chaos Dwarves, pretty sure that Mighty Blow wasn't there. Maybe wrong though, but pretty sure, so we'll say that's new. And I don't think we had leader before as well, or maybe we did have leader. No, we did have leader, definitely. This agility... Let's have a look. Yes, the agility is new. Right. And the agility is definitely new. As is the leader. They're both new. Yes, okay, so he has taken both of these. I'm not going crazy. And I think the Mighty Blow is new as well. I don't think that was there before, but I didn't check that one, so I could be wrong about that one. The last one was a free, so I think that is new. Okay. So lots of new developments for Chaos Dwarfs. These Chaos Dwarfs are becoming a little bit scary. We've got 3 guard. Maybe one of the guard is new. It's hard to say. We've got 3 guard pieces. The Bull Centaurs both have block, and we have a leader, which gives them 14 rolls total. And we have an agility Hobgoblin, which is actually pretty big, because that makes him an elf Hobgoblin. So they have a really good ball carrier now. And that's what Chaos Dwarfs are lacking, so that gives them the strength where they didn't have it before. We got 130,000 to spend as well, so we could take... Well, we could take one more Hobgoblin. Not really necessary though, I guess. There's nothing really to take that makes a lot of sense, but there is some money to spend if he wants to. And looking at the rats then, Smocko's rats.
Yeah, we're down to 9 players with the death, and we still have 4 gutter runners, we still have 2 storm vermin. I don't think he had a thrower, so it looks like a lineman was killed. Unless he replaced a piece, not very likely with the gold he's got though. So, what's new? I don't remember that storm vermin have piling on. That's an interesting choice. Just trying to do some damage, I guess, which is fair enough, but I don't think I'd take piling on a storm vermin, so that is interesting. Smocker, you can tell us more about that, because that's a very interesting choice. I'm intrigued by that. Big style. This gutter runner... Is this gutter runner the one that got 8? I think it is, so it's been given wrestle. Stripple was already there, sidestep was already there, the 2 blocks were already there, and we had the kick there before as well, I think. So nothing else is new there. I think we got the wrestle and the very interesting piling on. Let's just check that. Maybe it had piling on before. Yeah, it had piling on before, and Patchmute of Hell is the storm vermin that leveled. So actually the strip ball is new. Okay, the wrestle is old and the strip ball is new. I'm losing my mind. There we go. There's too many teams to keep track of though. So pretty standard setup even with the loners here, so Smocko's still doing fine, I think, with the Skaven. Nothing to worry about losing a lineman, that's for sure. Still tell us more about the piling on. It's a very interesting choice. So tell us more in the Blood Bowl chat. Alright, that's it for what was this? Game 4.
Alright, taking a look at next week then. I'm pretty sure I've been doing it this way, which is the opposite of steel, and I'm doing it just to confuse you, and also just to confuse me. I may be wrong though, so I may have just done this the wrong way around. But we'll see. We're going to have a look at next week's games first, then we're going to have a look at the leaderboard, the opposite to steel. So next week we've got Smocko's Miragliano Vermin's Skaven against Dark Side of the Elf, led by Yellow's Barons, I think. Let's just double check that. Yellow's Barons, yes, and his Dark Elves. I like Smocko for the win, assuming they do actually manage to play. I do like Smocko to win because it's Smocko, and Smocko often wins. That's pretty much all there is, though Skaven against Dark Elf is always a classic matchup, and I don't know much about Brazil Wolf to be fair, so difficult to say, but I'm still going Smocko. Then we have Beaver, B-E-R-L-O something, the Fist and Horns, the Chaos Dwarf team against James Typhoon, 20% cooler, the Chaos Dwarf team. That's a mirror match. Let's have a look then at them. So, how well developed are we looking? We got 4 levels against a lot of levels. Well, statistically speaking, we've got a 12-man team against a 12-man team, I think. Yeah, 12 and 12. Statistically speaking, the Fist and Horns look like the better team here, but I know James Typhoon is a very competent coach. I don't know much about BVBERLO, but if we're looking at statistics and only statistics, then the Fist and Horns have to be the favourite going into this. Sorry, James, I trust in your skill completely, but it looks more like it's going to go the Fist and Horns way. And Nuffles Truffles, which is Raziel Wolf, and his Chaos team against Autumn Wind, which is Undo, or Blashurk, the Dark Elves. Don't know enough about Raziel Wolf to really comment. And sorry, this wasn't Raziel Wolf. I said Raziel Wolf a couple of times during this part. That was Yellow's Barons. This is Raziel Wolf, definitely. I don't know enough about Raziel Wolf to comment, really. I have played him once. Don't really remember the game that well. I've played Undo many times, though, and he's playing Dark Elves, and whenever Undo is playing Dark Elves, I think it's pretty risky to go against him. If I was to put money, I would put money on Undo, just because of the experience that he has playing this team. And then lastly, we have Eula with Bearfill Cups against Draven with Nordic Blizzard. Is this actually Norse on Norse? What are Bearfill Cups? I can't remember. No, they're Orcs. Okay, Orcs on Norse. Ooh, that's hard. That is hard. I don't really know either of the coaches. I haven't played either of them, so I'm going to refrain from making any kind of commitment to that one. I don't know. for this one. Let's call it a draw for now, to be kind to both coaches. Right, that's it for Steel. No, not Steel. That's it for Bronze Division A. No, forgot to have a look at the leaderboard, of course, because I did it in the opposite order just to confuse myself and to confuse you. Yep, it worked. It worked well. So we've got Smocko and James Typhoon at the top with 2 wins apiece, and Undo with 1 win, 1 draw in second if these are joint first, or third if these are joint first, however you want to look at it. Nordic Blizzard from Draven and the Fist and Horns from the below. Sorry, I'm going to say it as one word, it's quicker. With a win and a loss each. In third, or joint fifth, however you want to look at it. Joint fourth, joint fifth. Joint fourth, if you were doing it that way. Orcs with 1 draw and 1 loss in sixth. And then joint seventh, Brazil Wolf and Yellow Barons with 2 losses each. Yeah. In terms of going to the Silver League, tricky. We have a playoff for the position in the Silver League. No, we don't. The top 2 teams go up automatically. So I like Smocko to go up from here, and I like actually the way it is exactly now. I like James Typhoon against Undo for the playoff in the long run, though, because James Typhoon can afford to lose a game, and if Undo keeps winning, doesn't lose, then he's going to stay in the position he is now. Though I still like Draven to go back up as well, because he's one of the most advanced teams in the setup. Yeah, that's it for Bronze Division A now. Good. Having a look at Bronze Division B then. We've got Gromalian's Grail Skulls losing 1-3 to Saimar's Hardcore Elfrey. Bullshit boys. This one just will not stick in my head. Zetsevs. Zetsevs Bullshit Boys versus Capra's North Face Capra. Andy's Clan of the Heavy Hand? No, I don't think so actually. Where are they? No, it is. It's Andy's, yeah. Andy's Clan of the Heavy Hand, definitely. Winning 2-1 against Oog's Unlucky Grasshuggers, and Varkason's Down Under Dodgers against Hoy's Royal Peasant Runners. It is Hoy's now, let's just check that one as well. Yeah, Godric Gunnison or Hoy, okay. Yes, right. So, again, we've got the Elves against the Bretonnians, 3-1. The Norse against the Chaos Dwarfs, 1-0. Clan of the Heavy Hand, which is Dwarf against Unlucky Grasshuggers, Skaven, and Down Under Dodgers, Wood Elves against Royal Peasant Runners, again, Bretonnians. So we've had a pretty, well, 3 fairly standard matches and a bit of a beating for poor Gromalian. Unlucky Gromalian. Well done, Saimar. I've been there, mate. He killed me with his Skaven. Don't worry about it. He does that. It's what he does. Let's have a look at this first game then. So, where are they? Grail Skulls. There they are. So, Grail Skulls against Hardcore Elfrey. Gromalian had 1 touchdown, 9 armor breaks. And MVP went to Goat Farmer, the lineman, the peasant. And Katya, the catcher, just to confuse me, got MVP, no level up, 3 touchdowns, 6 passes, and 9 armor breaks. 6 passes, wow. That's pretty harsh. And of course, 3-1 to the victors. 8 for the Bretonnians, and 9, 13, 19, 24 for Hardcore Elfrey. Let's have a look at the Bretonnians first of all then. This is the all dodging team, that's the one. I don't think anything is new. I don't think we had these 2 guard, actually. Maybe something is new. Maybe this one got guard. Or maybe I'm saying this every week, it's hard to remember. When I'm going through so many teams, it's really hard to remember. So please, 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 I've said it many times, please tell me your level ups at the very least. But anyway, 2 guard. Okie doke. And I think nothing else is new. Actually, there was an injury, wasn't there? Let's go back to them quickly. There was an injury, yes. Goat farmer got injured. He lost some movement, it seems. Or would he have the movement down anyway? Oh, come on. There we go. No, come on. There we go. We have a miss next game. No, so he already had the minus movement. Miss next game this time round. Unless all of a sudden he's suffering from decay. And against hardcore L3. Sue. Ah yes, all these kings. And queens. Anything new? I'm not sure the Blitzer had Mighty Blow. Probably did though. I probably went, holy crap, it has Mighty Blow last week. In case I didn't, holy crap, the Blitzer has Mighty Blow. And I don't think these blocks are new. Wrestle might be new. And Dodge might be new, because these are all in level up. Territory and Wrestle here might be new as well, though I don't think it was. I think it was block, wrestle. I think I was talking about that last time round. So Dodge might be new, might not. 2 blocks might be new, might... No. The Wrestle might be new, might not. And the Mighty Blow might be new, might not. Holy crap, a Blitzer has Mighty Blow! Sorry, had to say it again. Okay, that's it for Game 1. Alright, looking at Game 2 of Division B then, we have Zetsev's Bullshit Boys against Capra's North Face Capra, and North Face Capra took it 1-0. The Dwarves did nothing but break armor apparently, so 16 armor breaks on the Chaos Dwarf sides, and a MVP on a Chaos Dwarf. And on North Face Capra side we've had 1 touchdown, 7 armor breaks, and a MVP on lineman. Neither have leveled up. Oh, that's a lot. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 against 8. That's interesting. So all of the SPP went to the Chaos Dwarfs, but North Face Capra came away with the win. Alright, let's have a look at the teams then, starting with the Chaos Dwarfs. Pretty sure that was already there. That might be new. I think that's definitely new, because I would have commented on that and been surprised. We have Stand Firm on a Bull Centaur. I've never seen that before. That's really interesting. But there we go. He's obviously using this as a secondary roadblock piece, which is very interesting. I like that idea. I'm not sure if it works in practice, but I like the idea. And that's all for this team, I think. And having a look at North Face Capra. Oh, hard to say now. Pretty sure they were already what they were. I don't think there's anything new on the Zerkers. Runner with Dodge, that may be new. Though I don't think so. This Fend is new, pretty sure about that. Didn't have Fend before. Yeah, Fend is definitely new, but I think everything else is the same. Okay, well that's those 2 teams. That's Game 2 done. Alright then, on to Division B of Bronze, game number 3. We've got Andy's Clan of the Heavy Hand against Oog's Unlucky Grasshuggers, and I do have a brief rundown from Andy's. He says it was a very difficult game, he thinks, for both teams. First time when he was in attack in the rain, he had to score only on the last turn, he couldn't score before, fearing the Skaven speed. He took advantage of trying to make as many blocks as possible in this. That's a full stop. In the second half, his mistake, he used Wizard as a second move instead of not the first move, which allowed Oog to score easily. He was aggressive and he had to score quickly. In the remaining rounds, he surrounded the Skaven players and finally got the second point. 1 level up from the Dwarf team. Don't know about the Rats, we'll have a look when we're there. So, Clan of the Heavy Hands, 2 touchdowns, 22 armor breaks, 2-1. And the Skaven, 1 touchdown, 1 pass, 2 armor breaks. I haven't been given any specific things to look at, so I'm not going to have a look at the highlights of this match, because it takes too long. If you want me to look at a highlight, then give me a specific one to look at. So we've got 11, 17 for the Dwarves, that's a lot, and we've got 9 for the Skaven. I think they should look at the Skaven themselves. So 1 touchdown, 1 pass, 2 armor breaks, and MVP for the thrower, MVP for the Longbeard. This is the Longbeard that leveled up, I guess. Let's have a look at the actual teams then, starting with the Rats. Just had 9. I don't see anything obviously new. Not sure the Storm Vermin had tackle, actually, but apparently he did, so okay. That's not new, that's not new. Nope, I don't see anything new there, so okay, we'll leave it as nothing new. And on the Dwarf team, where are the Dwarfs, where are the Dwarfs, where are the Dwarfs? There they are. The runner was back, I believe. I'm pretty sure the runner was back, yep. And we've got one more guard piece on the one that leveled in the last match. So we're going all guard on this team apparently. And this team is getting scarier and scarier. We may actually see this one go up all the way. That'd be good to see. Just this kind of nerfed team, but it's working really well for Andy, obviously. Alright then, so that's all for this match. Thank you guys. Alright then, finally for bronze, let's have a look at game number 4. This was Varkson's Down Under Dodgers Wood Elves against Hoi 83 Death Metal's Royal Peasants Runners. I don't have a breakdown from either of the coaches themselves, but I do have a quick one from Ook. I'm not going to watch the replayers as a result because I haven't had a direct response from one of the coaches, but I will say what Uga said. One of the most tense moments I saw was in the bronze game, Varkson versus Gotrek / Hoi, Down Under Dodgers versus Peasants. Near the end, turn 13 or so, when the fireball killed the War Dancer, though it was luckily saved by the Apothecary. So there we go. Varkson's Down Under Dodgers, the Wood Elves managed to win 2-1. They had 2 touchdowns, they had 5 passes, which is quite impressive, and 10 armor breaks. The Royal Peasant Runners, and the War Dancer got MVP, but he's still a rookie. The Royal Peasants Runners, we had the loner with MVP, so I'd like to see if Hoi decided to keep him. What's he called? Nice Tail Leffer, okay. 1 touchdown, 2 passes, 1 death, and 6 armor breaks. Okay, let's see if I can find the death as well. So we got 10, 14, 19, 20 on the Wood Elf side, and we've got 9, 10 on the Peasant side. Let's have a look at the actual teams, starting with the Down Under Dodgers. So, think Stripple was already there. Pretty sure this sidestep is new, so there we go, and I'm pretty sure this block is new. And I'm pretty sure this kick is new. That's a lot of new. And maybe the dodge as well. Dodge has to be as well, I guess, because no, he could have been equal for a while. Maybe this dodge as well, I'm not 100% sure, but definitely block is new, definitely sidestep is new, and I think... No, I'm not sure the strip ball is new actually, so forget that, that's probably not new. And having a look at Hoi's team then, where are they, the Royal Peasant Runners? There they are. So we've had Def, let's try and... Oh, this is the team that's already beaten up as well. He didn't take the lineman. It looks like he doesn't actually keep lineman. He had the 1, oh he's still there, from the Gravedigger, yes he is still there. And it looks like a blocker was killed then. Well, there we go then. Or it could have even been just the lineman himself, one of the loner linemen that were killed. Could be that too. I can't remember if he had all 4 blockers. I don't think he did actually, so I think this team is the same. Anyway, in terms of level ups, pretty sure that Dodger's already there. And this Mighty Blow I'm pretty sure is new actually. So let's say that Mighty Blow is new, because I'm pretty sure that wasn't there before. So the tax collector, of course, has been given Mighty Blow. There we go, and that's it for bronze. Let's move on to silver. Thank you guys. Well, before we move on to silver, let's of course have a look at the breakdown of the week and next week's matches. Having a look at the leaderboard then, I'm going to do this the opposite way with silver and gold. Sorry, I did them before I did steel, but I want to keep it the same way as steel now, for some reason, because I'm crazy. So, having a look at the leaderboard first then, we've got Andy's Capra and Papillon 47, or Saimar, with 2 wins each. That's the Dwarf, the Norse, and the High Elf. Then we have 1 win, 1 loss for both Varkson and Ook. And then we have, unfortunately, 2 losses for the guys at the bottom, Gotrek Gurnason, aka Hoi, Grimalian, and Zetsevs, the Bretonnians and the Chaos Dwarves. I'm playing Bretonians and G-Man as well. I'm getting smacked just as hard as you guys are, so I feel your pain. Bretonians. Oh, Bretonians, yeah. Having a look at the matchups next week then. Still got a long way to go in this league. 7 matches for each group, each division. Grail Skulls, the Bretonian team from Gromalion, face Capra's North face Capra, the Norse. Hardcore Elfrey, that's Saimar, face off against Unlucky Grass Huggers with Oog. That could be an interesting match. We've played each other many times though, I think. And Zetsev's Bullshit Boys against Hoy's Royal Peasant Runners. These two teams are near the bottom. Maybe they can turn their game luck around. And Clan of the Heavy Hand from Andes against Down Under Dodgers. That's a one to watch. Varkson against Andes. Oh, so many matches of the week. I'll let you guys vote though. Tell me what you want to see most, and I'll see if I can get on there with commentary. So let's have a look then. Let's have a look at some predictions this week. Grail Skulls, North Face Capra. I mean, well, with all the guard, actually, and all the dodge doesn't really help. No, I'm backing Norse for this one. I think Norse are the higher in TV as well. Yeah, sorry Gromalion, I think you're going to have another hard matchup against Norse. Hardcore Elfrey against Unlucky Grass Huggers. I mean, Saimar is pretty damn impenetrable as High Elves, so even though Oog's speciality is also rats, I don't know, this is going to be a good game. But I still see Saimar just taking it, or Papillon just taking it. And Bullshit Boys, the Chaos Dwarfs against Royal Peasants Runners. I don't know enough about Zetsevs to really comment. I know Hoy a little bit, and I don't know what he's like with Bretonians though, so hard to say. I'm going to leave that one unsaid, because I don't know either of you really well enough in these teams. And Clan of the Heavy Hand against Down on the Dodgers, I don't even want to begin to call it. That's going to be a hard matchup for the Dwarves though, considering they're all linemen, and one runner. It's also a bad matchup for the Wood Elves though, of course, because, well, all the guard, all the tackle, all of the pain, basically, of playing Dwarves in general. I see a draw coming out of this one. Though if I have to guess, then I'd go for the Wood Elves. Sorry, Andes. Wouldn't normally bet against you, but in this matchup, I don't know. Yeah, but we are going to see some Zug. No, we're not. It's this team, isn't it? We're going to see Wizards in both peasant teams, and this peasant team is facing these. Yeah, we're going to see Wizards mostly in the peasant teams. All right. Well, that's it for Bronze Division B. Let's move on to Silver.
Anyway, let's get right into this. Let's have a look at the Silver schedule week 2. So we've got a 1-1 with the Undead versus the Biggins. That's a draw. Undead with Jackal, and the Biggins led by Gorguts, Orcs. And the Stumblers actually managed to draw with the Rivertown Brutes, which is a huge... I consider this a victory for my team, to be honest. Stumblers are, of course, my team, and the Rivertown Brutes are Chris J's Orcs. And the Disciples of Bloodvisor lost 2-0 to Fallen Glory's Radiation Hazard. These are my opponent next week. Having a look at game number 1 as well while we're here. So we've got the Living Ones Jackal, sorry, wrong button, versus Gorguts the Biggins. I think it's Gorguts, I will have to check, but I'm pretty sure his name is Gorguts. We've had 1 touchdown, 1 pass, 3 armor breaks and 1 expulsion, and yes, a skeleton got man of the match. That's fantastic news for me, though I'm sure the Jackal isn't very happy about that. And on the Orc, the Biggins side, 1 touchdown, 9 armor breaks, and the Black Orc got man of the match, which is really good news. That's what you want all the time. It looks like he got lots of SPP. Oh no, he had dodge. Okay, that doesn't make sense. So, 10 for the Black Orcs and 9 for the Living Ones. Let's have a look then at the Undead team. So, Mummy with dodge. No, I think that was there before. Let's just double check that though, because that's scary straight away. Yeah, that already had dodge. Okay, already had dodge. Yes, I had my what the hell moment last week. Okay, sorry, having it again. Oh my god, that mummy has dodge. There you go, third oh my god moment. There we go, fantastic. So Limb Cleaner got 4 SPP, which actually gives him a level up, and he got plus movement. That's huge on a ghoul. This ghoul isn't so crappy anymore. This ghoul actually can do things, so that's very nice. And Alive got a level up and has been given Kick. Good choice on the skeleton, actually. Because skeletons, you don't want them on the line, so that makes a lot of sense. All good sense there. When we have the undead double, when we have the undead mirror, this is going to be a bit of a worry for the stumblers. They're going to struggle against, well, they're going to struggle against the mummies mostly. Though we have one mummy ourselves. My mummy can stand up against your 2 mummies, even with dodge. Though the ghouls are going to be worrying as well, because both of them have been given abnormalities. But that's fine, they are abnormal, so that makes perfect sense. And looking at Gorguts then, where are we? It is Gorguts, okay, I kept saying it with confidence and I'm glad it's right. So... The Black Orc that got MVP, of course, hasn't quite leveled up. It is Gorguts himself, I've just realised. He's only 1 away though, so that's good news. And nothing is jumping out as new on this team. No, nothing is jumping out as new. I think this team is exactly the same. This Orc team is obviously less developed than the Orcs we actually played. And I do hope to take these to a draw as well, though I think it's less likely than taking... Well, no, it's more likely than taking Chris J to a draw, but I don't think lightning is going to strike twice, basically. I think these Orcs are going to do some damage to us for some reason. Well, there we go. That's it for the first game. Alright, then on to game number 2 of the Silver League. I think I said it before, I'm not going to do highlights of my own games. This is my game. Number 2 against the Rivertown Brutes. I've played this team twice now, and both recordings went up earlier this week. Not sure when I'm actually posting this, so I'm going to say earlier this week, or last week actually. It'll be on Monday or Tuesday when I post this one. So last week, these 2 games actually went up on YouTube. So we went 1-1. It was a very long and very tense game, that's for certain. The main highlights, well, to be honest, I think the whole game was a highlight. It was a really good game between the 2 of us. We both played, I think, really well, and the 1-1 was well deserved. There was a point in the game where wizards were used simultaneously, well, not simultaneously, but one after the other on turn 12 or 13, don't remember exactly. I've been doing a few of these games now and losing track of what happened when. But overall, yeah, pretty good game. Quite happy with the Stumblers, quite happy with the way the Orcs played as well. I think Chris can be proud of his team as well as I can. So on the Stumblers side then we had 1 touchdown and 8 arm breaks. Stiff, the skeleton, got the MVP and leveled up from it. On the side of the Rivertown Brutes, we had 1 touchdown, 12 armor breaks, and Poor Eyes leveled up with the MVP from the piece that is his support piece, but he uses to keep the Overthrower alive. Apparently, I keep forgetting that that's a thing. Having a look at the SPP, there was quite a lot. We had 12 against 14. 12 against 14. So 14 for the Orcs and 12 for the Stumblers. Let's have a look at the teams themselves then, starting with the Orcs. So what's new? Accuracy is new. Accurate, sorry, is new. Otherwise, I think we're the same. Maybe Fend on this thrower. Was that there before? No, I don't think that was there before. So Fend on the thrower as well. There we go. So Fend and Accurate. Good choice with Fend. I like it. I made the same choice actually, funnily enough. Okay, good work. Yep, that's it for that team. And looking at the Stumblers then, I've already done this with these 2 teams, so I don't know why I'm taking so long over it. So my team, we had a level up on Shudder, who was given Fend. Who else leveled up?
I'm going to do this right now, right this second when you guys are watching. Bye-bye transplant. Because I need to keep my TV down at least a little bit. And I'm tired of the... I'm pretty tired of the 2 strength. It's a piece that I don't really want to put on the field. And I have a second Fen now, so I can actually replace him quite comfortably. What else did we get? We got block on... No, we didn't. We got plus movement on Stiff, which is pretty huge, I think. That might make a very big difference in the next match. No injuries, so the 2 teams are looking good going into next week. My next opponent is Fallen Glory, and I don't know who Chris J's next opponent is. We'll have a look later on. Anyway, that's it for game number 2. Right, and lastly then, in silver at least, game number 3, we have Fallen Glory's Radiation Hazard against Theke's Disciples of Bloodvisor. And I do have a quick breakdown from Fallen Glory, so let's have a look at that first of all. So, Dwarfs cannot GFI, especially on turn 2, we'll have a look at that in a second. That's the conclusion of the matchup between Radiation Hazard and Disciples of Bloodvisor, though most players of Radiation Hazard seen more of the floor than they would like. A cheeky run for the ball from Roek, combined with a wizard in turn 6, made all the difference in the end. And good game to Theke, he says at the end of that. So okay, it sounds like... Well, it sounds like my prediction was right. Theke continued to consistently GFI, and it bit him this time, so... Okay, let's have a look at the teams then. So, Disciples of Bloodvisor, 1 pass, 11 armor breaks. Blitzer gets man of the match, but that's not going to level him up. And 2